yes, nginibingelele. This is Nkocysa the day. I'm saying since the day the sports bars namhlanje I know ukuthi apologies ukuthi ngize ngesikhathi that I'm not usually ukuthi ngize ngaso here on this show. By the way, on today's show, as you know, ukuthi ngihlezi nginiphathele is apologies ngempela. I have illness, but ngithele lusuku ngeliphele ngingalethanga something engizonika because around the world things are happening, and we have main stories of the release. Namhlanje we're gonna do things differently. Working on technical here ukuthi now was while I'm reporting you get a live feed, as you know ukuthi last time ngenzile part it seems to be content to most of you, but I'm working on that. On Thursday I'm be coming with the new style. Wait for it. On today's show, apologies ukuthi ngikwazi ukuthi ngibe na feed live, but I'm going to be touching on the very important games and games that you need to know. But let me just say this on the show before I get into the main news of the release. By the way, I take all the credit from Sky Sports News and also to BBC News. They give me the content that I always carry for you here, and also get Google Chrome. It gives me most of the things na corner. I'm still want more, especially like papers, and also get the websites so that you can find other news. So we sing our season sonke and have everything because not all of us is focusing in the but I'm here for you to give you all the news and all the release. By the way, topping up the story, Onogla Soche is officially not the manager for Manchester United. I know this season has been hectic. English Premier League has been hectic. One of the managers has lost the job again, and this has not been. These are not news. News as usual. It's like a norm, but really, this is not a norm. It's called Bella. There's a challenge, and this weekend there are people who are excited, there are people also who are sad, there are people who are crying, but not to forget also a story that is around the world, that has been going around the world. I think I need to discuss this on Peng Suoane was in China with tennis wesimame. There's been concern with she's missing, but maybe before I go to that, I have NBA as well, and 5 top leagues in Europe, and also MLS and PSL today, and also I have F1 results. This past weekend has been so good. Maybe without no waste any time, just let me go dive into straight to F1 sports. By the way, case got Hamilton Verstappen after messages ufake content ukuthi badinga ukuthi kwenziwe investigation after saw Paul yase Brazil race lapha Max Verstappen ujeme Lewis Hamilton, and then go message this was looking for ukuthi bethole a penalty, but if they've watched it and they investigated, they said the angles, all my angles are now because Lewis Hamilton has won. I think all the angles about Bugile, they said they say according to him it was a tight corner, and if you can go back into our last video, you will see Max Verstappen corner, and then Lewis Hamilton but here we are again. We come back. By the way, if and Max Verstappen a 5-second penalty, of which can drop him to the dead spot. I lose 3 points. Go Bottas because Bottas ulandela ngemuva Verstappen. By the way, This weekend again we had a Qatar Grand Prix that we've been waiting for. 2 races down, and I can't wait to see who's gonna take the champion between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen, because this guy's has been doing wonders in F1. I think I've never seen in F1 series so competitive guys like this, because it's been changing and changing. Sometimes if there's one person uphumela number one, you know that person always stays on the spot. But in this season, it's tight. Even when you check the stats for the teams and also the players, you could see which is number one and number two. It's none other than Red Bull versus Mercedes. It's tough, it's tight, we can't wait. Qatar Grand Prix is in Thabisile. From number 10 we have Vettel, Tatari 1 point, Lando Norris number 9 from McLaren, and then you go Ferrari, Leclerc taking 8 spots, Saint Junior with Ferrari taking the 7 spots, 6 points in total. This guy's Meska Ferrari, they've collected 10 points. Great teamwork. El Stroll took from Austin Martin, took the 6th spot with 8 points, and then again O'Connor. Thabisile O'Connor taking the 5th spot, taking 10 points on that race. This race was competitive. I know some of you who were watching the race, you will tell Gasly was doing wonders, because on the qualifiers Q3, Gasly was doing wonders. He even hit the pole position, and it was so amazing to see new people hitting the pole position. And I remember on Q2 also he dropped the Ganganige and then took the 2nd spot or the 3rd spot. Then again on Q1 Modake even a fault kuma qualifiers ka Q1 6 models with 10, but again is the base Megan Max Verstappen was on the 2nd spot and Hamilton was leading, and the Alonso was on the 3rd spot. Of which goes on surprise with on the 4th spot we have Perez for Red Bull taking 12 points, and then the qualifiers and also qualifiers corresponds exactly with the final race on Sunday, of which Fernando Alonso took the 3rd spot over we podium. And then taking 15 points, and then again none other than Verstappen taking the 2nd spot and then doing 18 points, but 19 points in total, 1 point for the fastest lap in the race, and then Lewis Hamilton with 25 points. Currently, this is how things are standing for the drivers. With top 5 we have Lando Norris with 153 points, 0 wins and 4 podium positions, and then you get Perez from Red Bull 190 points, 1 win and 5 podium positions, and then also get Valtteri Bottas on the 3rd spot with 203 1 win and 10 podium positions, of which it means Bottas need to up his game better, because it's only 13 points, of which anything can happen, because these guys are so competitive. The Red Bull guys are so competitive, and Bottas and then this is how things are standing on the 2nd position. We still have Lewis Hamilton with 343.5 points, 7 wins and 15 podium positions. This is number 1 is none other than Max Verstappen with 351.19 wins and 16 podium positions. I think you get this guy because Hamilton, if he can take these 2 races, he might take the F1 Grand Prix prize this season, of which it's gonna make most of people excited, because we have supporters from Mercedes, and it's so amazing. And then you get the standings 2021. Before 2 races, the last 2 races, Mercedes is sitting with 546.5 points, 8 wins, 25 podium positions in total. Red Bull on the second spot 541.5, of which umehluko lapha ke it's only 5 points. Also as well, Mercedes need to work on their game, and yeah, I think Bottas no Hamilton, in order for them to stay in those positions, to keep that position and be on the top. I think both of them need to take the pole position and also enter to the podium. Both of them in those 2 races, benga alawi the Red Bull guys ukuthi kibe boy-2 bebe podium position, because that can put them in a tight spot yokuthi ke beluze ke title. 10 wins, 21 podium positions. Ferrari on the dead spot, 297.5 points, 0 wins and 4 podium positions. And then they go McLaren taking the 4th spot, and Alpine on the 5th spot. This is how the things were standing in F1. I hope you were watching as well. Let's go home. Let's go to PSL. Things are not stopping after the international break. Siyaqhubeka lapha kwi-league. Yes, siyaqhubeka lapha kwi-league. This is how the things were standing starting from Saturday. He got an errors draw with Pirates, and then again Amazon draw with 0-0, and then Stellenbosch and Amazon decided to take points both 2-2. Then again Chippa United took 3 points from Imbaroka, beating them 1-0. Sekukula United 1-0 against Royal AM. And then again, the Super Sports losing against the Morimo Galatians. TS Galaxy 1-0 against Swallows, and then Kaizer Chiefs trashed Maritzburg United. And then again, the next games again, Atlala again namhlanje, of which again, Chiefs Namazulu, Super Sports and Sundowns, Gallants, Murumo, Maritzburg United, Stellenbosch, and Orlando Pirates. 3 important games in a better unit. You need to watch out: the Pirates game against Stellenbosch, Kaizer Chiefs against the Mazulu, Mamelodi Sundowns against Super Sport. This is how the league is standing. Mamelodi is still sitting on the first spot, 26 points. Stellenbosch with 21, Sekukula United with 20, and then Super Sports with 18, and Royal AM 5 points. And I know good to get MLS because of the time. And I want to just go straight to what has happened in United States so far. I'm just going to be focusing on a few important games. Orlando City beating Montreal 2-0. DC United 3-1 against Toronto. These guys are doing so well. Colorado Rapids trashed the Los Angeles 5-2. These guys are doing so well. Colorado Rapids, I'm watching you. Portland Tinders 3-0 against Austin. Real Salt Lake beating Sporting. I know Gutsigi is one of the teams that I'm watching from the distance, observing them. They are doing so fine. I think you need to check them out, all those listeners and people who are watching me on Facebook. LA Galaxy and Minnesota United 3-3. By the way, this is MLS, Major Soccer League in the United States of America, Ebola. This is how things were standing. And then again, we have Eastern and Western Conference. Of which again, Eastern Conference, we had New England still leading with 73 points. They leave the second Philadelphia Union by Shiage with a total of 21 points. 21 points in Bella. That's a big difference, and I think again, according to me, New England is taking the league. Nashville SC on the third spot, New York City on the 4th spot, Atlanta United on the 5th spot. Western Conference, this is how things are standing. Colorado Rapids, Gishilo, I told you, you need to watch out for this team. It's doing wonders, but again, they're sitting on the third spot with 61 points on the first position, and then again is Seattle Sounders on the 34 games at 60 points. Bashana ngeke point a lot lapha ke beno number 1, of which number 3 nakhona uyabacindezela ke Sporting with 58 points, of which ke number 2 no number 1 ngoba beka engcupheni. Portland Tinders 55, go number 4, then Minnesota United 49 points. This is how things were standing in MLS. I hope you're watching. I hope there are games azobeke edlala that you need to watch out. This is how things were standing, and yeah. And Angisidlulele lapha ke sesiyanyuka ke lapha sesiyoqala ke England, where things were tight. I think I need to discuss some few games kancane nje ngithi qaphu because it's one of the leagues esikhozele drama this season, or this past 10 games to 12 games, right now we are in the 12th game. Today we have UEFA Champions League. By the way, ezobidlala, again, you need to watch out. I'm going to be telling you what is going to be happening. By the way, on the weekend, this is how things were standing in England. I'm just going to be quickly going to the important matches that I need to highlight. Chelsea sitting on a draw against Leicester City, and they beat them 3-0, taking 3 points. And then the Aston Villa. By the way, I need to mention Aston Villa is coached by Steven Gerrard, the legend from Liverpool. Is back here at the Nkocysa Rangers, and now he's back and he started to do his things. He's debuted with 2-0 and taking 3 points for Aston Villa. Well done to him. He's doing very well. By the way, Burnley, while Burnley were struggling with Crystal Palace, they decided to draw 3-3. And Newcastle and Brentford also as well decided to take 1 point each and made 3-3. This is so surprising looking at these 4 teams scoring this much goals. It shows that how tight the league is and how tight the things are there down in the league. They want to escape that red line. And again, in Newcastle United is one of the teams that need to fight Owangempela since they have a new management. They need to flash. They need to have players abazobabathenga next season, and in order to work in that, they need this season. They need to use amasokisi this upcoming matches azobe khona before January window transfer opens. At least they need to win 3 games in order for them to, when they buy new players, they be able to escape that red line. As well, Liverpool, we're hosting Arsenal, beating them 4-0. Of which was the match that wasn't surprising for me, and I'm still happy with Arsenal for the sports where they are after unbeaten 10 games after they were beaten by Manchester City with 5-0. I think they are sitting on a good position. I'm not saying I'm justifying their loss, but yeah, they did very well, and they were fighting. They had their goalkeeper there, Ramsdale. I talked about him. I remember I was still with Tommy talking about Ramsdale, the new goalkeeper for Arsenal. He's been doing well for Arsenal, but yeah, he was facing the big side, in England against Liverpool. I'm going to be telling you why Liverpool is one of the best clubs on Thursday. And then again, Norwich was taking their first win in the league, winning 1-0 against they took their first win with 2-1 against the Southampton. They were hosting, they were home. Then into the main one, Watford beating Manchester United 4-1. That's the match that caused Nkocysa to be sacked as a manager. Manchester United. Yes, these are sad news, but happy. They are very exciting to other people's ears, but it's a cry to other people. But for me, I think I've discussed this before in the show. Manchester United need to do something about Nkocysa, and now they've decided to take the decision. I think it was on Sunday after the match, and then again they did a quick. It was on Saturday. They did a quick board meeting that took 5 hours. 5 hours from 7 o'clock. They decided to go to they are taking down Nkocysa as a manager. He did Manchester United well, although I have some of the newspapers I've read and also news that I've heard. In conclusion, Michael Carrick is going to be taking as a temporary coach for Manchester United, and also as well we have Paul Mason after Ronaldo's arrival. Nkocysa's plan was messed up, but maybe I think I need to decide that after I finish the scores in order to give you the glimpse or give you why he was saying that. Why, Paul, are you saying that? I am going to be taking you to the top 5, of which King is Okalage with number 5 Arsenal. Again, you see with Ngempela that I was happy with Arsenal. They are sitting on the 5th spot, 12 games, 20 points. And number 4 West Ham was dropping after the game they played. They dropped to the 4th spot at 12 games at 23 points, and then again Liverpool 25 points on the dead spots again. Then we have Man City on the tight spots there from Liverpool 26 points, and then ikokubeka ke Chelsea isihlale ke esicongweni or mina ngithi ke on the throne, because this league is so tough and it is one of the league abamele ke uwabuke. By the way, in Manchester City ke won 3-0 in their game, and then again Tottenham Hotspur was hosting Leeds at 2-1, taking 3 points. He was taking his first win. Conte as well. I said before, you need to watch out for Conte, and then he was taking his first win in the league. Masike sidlula, I know ukuthi ujahe Spain, but ngizoqala ngizoqala eNarazzurri or Italy. Let's go to Serie A, how things were standing starting from Saturday. 5-2 Atalanta against the Spezia. I like when I see many goals and this league, because these guys they don't concede more, but they score less goals. But this match was standing out for me. Lazio was beaten home by Juventus 2-0. And then again we have Inter Milan 3-2 against Napoli, of which again is one of the tough teams to face this season. And then again Empoli Verona 2-1. Verona taking 3 points. By the way, this is how things are standing on the 5th spot. We have Roma, and then again landed Atalanta 22 points, Atalanta 25 points, and then again number 3 still Inter Milan at 13 games 28 points, and then again AC Milan 13 games at 32 points, and then again number 1 it's none other than Napoli after losing their game, and they are sitting on the tight spots, leading AC Milan with only 19 goals from 14 goals in them, of which again Napoli again at 32 points now. This is how things are standing in Italy. There's not much that I can view in them. Let's go to Spain. Let's go to La Liga. This is what you've been waiting for. How did Xavi do? Who is Xavi? Who you're asking there at home while you're listening to me or you're watching me? Xavi is one of the Barcelona legends who just recently came back as a manager, who was coaching in Qatar, winning cups back to back. By the way, we see Barcelona these days is currently in a financial issue, and players are going into injuries, and it's tough. And in the league, they're sitting on the very tight spots. They are not in those number 1, 2, 3 spots. They are sitting on the 7th spots currently, and it's not doing well. But after bringing back a coach, it's looked like they were going well. But we are hoping after coming back of the legend as well, Daniel Alves as the Barcelona player. He came and he said he wanted to play for Barcelona for free, but before for restrictions, you can't play a player, and they decided to pay £1. Shows this guy loves Barcelona. But recently things have changed. Barcelona, they say they respect him, they also love him as well. They see what he's enthused, and he's bringing something new in the team. He's bringing experience that's winning energy. And they said they decided to take the decision that they're gonna pay him 6,500 in every week, and that is the lowest salary in the league. But he was said he's gonna take anything that Barcelona is giving him, but he wasn't expecting anything. As you know, Guti, this guy is collected every cup that you wish, every player wished to have collected UEFA Champions League back to back, collected leagues, and also World Cup. This guy is so good, and still on his 38 years, he's still doing very good. Let's quickly go to La Liga, how things were going. I'm just going to be quickly highlighting those few important matches. Atletico Madrid 1-0 against Osasuna, taking 3 points, and then again Barcelona won 1-0 against Espanola. The penalty by Memphis Depay. I've seen the game, and this new Barcelona, the Ayenzake Uchavi is looking to have the attacking energy. The young guys are still fresh. They still want something. They want to win. I've seen Uzi first half they are attacking one way. He's doing its 4-3-3 formation, and they were very, very good. And I'm proud of Barcelona. However, they've changed. I wish to see on the upcoming matches how they're going to do. Getafe 4-0 against Cadiz. Real Madrid 4-1 against Granada, taking 3 points. And this is how the league is standing. On the 5th spot, Real Betis with 14 points, 24 points. And then again on the 13th game, Atletico Madrid is sitting on the 4th spot with 26 points. And then again Sevilla is sitting on the 3rd spot, 13 points. 28 points, of which they still have the game abangakayidlali. And then again we have Real Sociedad it drop to the 2nd spot, 29 points, of which number 1 Real Madrid was topping up on their 13th game at 30 points, of which is not looking good for Real Sociedad after Sevilla game is 14, while Real Madrid haven't played their 14th game. It's looked like Real Madrid is going to be opening the gap right there. But we wish to know what is going to be happening on the following matches. And let's quickly go. Singahamba Germany. Sisiyake kuma Germany. Sisiyake kwi Bundesliga if uthanda. Nakhona I'm just going to be highlighting a few games, but one of the important games that I need to say to you, Augsburg beating Bayern Munich. Yes, Augsburg beat Bayern Munich 2-1. Everyone knows anything can happen, but this was unexpected. Maybe we've seen Ima Klabec again beating them, or we see Borussia Dortmund beating them, but we weren't waiting for Augsburg to beat Bayern Munich 2-1 in the game. That shows Ngempela things are tough this year. They've said kakhulu social media. I've seen Lewandowski scored the goal. He's consistent on scoring goals, but it shows after their past 3 games or 5 games, for me, observing them from the distance, it's not looking good for them. They need to get up their game. Borussia Dortmund won 2-1 against Stuttgart without Holland, was still on injury. And then we have Borussia Mönchengladbach winning 4-0 against Greuther Fürth. And yes, RB Leipzig lost against Hoffenheim 2-0. And then again, Frankfurt winning against Freiburg 2-0. By the way, this is how things are standing in Germany. Taking the 5th spot, Union Berlin, Ilandele Bayern Leverkusen, Freiburg with 22 points, and then Borussia Dortmund 27 points. Bayern Munich with 28 points on the tight spots with the Borussia Dortmund, of which they are trailing behind with 1 point from them. Things are not looking good for others. Things are looking good for others. And enjoy this. Some are happy, some are crying. And to dive in to the one news that you're waiting for, of which you wanted me to talk about this, I'm going to bring you to you. Messi scored his first goal in Ligue 1, and he's been struggling Gambela to get the game going for him. And I think for me, he was still learning to adapt to a new system and to the new teammates and to the new club into a different atmosphere. And Lyon Marseille izobeke idlala igame yakhona ya postpone, and then isazodlala igame yakhona. By the way, PSG winning 3-2 with the beautiful goal for Messi on his left foot, and he was playing on the right side, scoring with his left foot, cutting inside, scoring that goal. It was so amazing. The crowds were making noise for Messi. They were happy for him. I'm happy for Messi as well, because if as a legend player or the person who's known or people are expecting something to you, when you score the goal, people get excited. That's what people want in the club. This is what Messi is bringing in the club. I've seen the match. Messi was performing very good. I think in this match, I'm going to be calling him not the man of the match. I'm going to be calling him the king of the match, because he was making those passes, combining plays in the field, because he's more deep in the center. Although he plays as wing, but on this game we see him dropping deep in the central and passing those balls, his clear passes, and making difficult for the opponents to defend against the PSG. And then again, a goal by Mbappe, penalty by Apea, and on goal. And then again, Liga Messi. Kane-Navas, by the way, a red card on the 65th minute. Then again, was substitute, so Wakishwa Neymar, of which it made Neymar so angry. But again, nothing has been taken out into the media. But I know some of the videos I've seen, already people were starting to talk about Neymar, concern of the lineup, of which is he the important player, as an important player, the highest player, but how come he's been taken out in the match during the tight spots? PSG sitting on the first spot with 37 points. Elandela Nice with 26 points, 25 points. Rennes on the third spot. Then Lens on the fourth spot, 24 points. And then you go number 5, Marseille, 23 points. This is how things were standing in France. Yes, this is how things were standing, by the way. And then again, let me quickly go into the last one that you'll be waiting for. I know some of the people they have different teams when it comes to NBA, and today I'm going to be diving into the very important games that we're playing, and just going to be quickly going and discussing them kancane, and I'm just gonna, I have like lots of games ngempela akhona. I know you are left out, but let me help you. Just go into your Google Play, or not Google Play, go to Google or Google Chrome or any search engineering, search NBA, and then press search. Uzovele nje kuzivelele iligi ye-NBA nama-stats akhona and the tables. But I'm going to be discussing a few of the matches. Starting on Saturday, we have Warriors against Pistons. Warriors winning 105-102. Previously, I've discussed this with you. My Warriors are unbeaten. The unbeaten streak is still continuing, and these guys are doing well. They were taking their 14th win and 2 losses in the game. Of which, by the way, Pistons were taking their 11th loss, 4 wins. And then again, my Warriors, maybe I need to mention this. The highest roller was Paula with 32 points. Elandela weeks with 27 points. Lapha siyabona Koloni with the more rebounds in the game. That's how things were going. They were playing without the star. They were playing without Stephanie Curry in the game, as it shows ukuthi they are so good even without their star player. As you know, each and every team have their own star player, or the star players they have. So this is how things are going. And on Saturday as well, any game that was so important. Brooklyn Nets winning against the Magic. Our magician weren't able to do their magic away. Then they lost 115 off 113. Brooklyn Nets, well done. They did very good. I know there are supporters out there. I know a few of them. And then again on this game, the highest roller was James Harden with 86 points, 41 minutes playing time, 10 rebounds. Well done. he did very very good. By the way, being a legend to Kevin Durant, and we're hoping good to get he's going to be coming back on the next matches. Lakers again losing against Celtics away 130 of 108, and I can't discuss anymore. But again, they are in a very tight spot with the 9 losses, 8 wins in the league. It's not looking good for Lakers. As you know, they recently have the new investment. I think this thing, if you're a big club and then you are losing, maybe you can even lose the sponsors, because there are more people who are following these clubs that I'm talking about here. And I'm just gonna be quickly going to Milwaukee Bucks winning 96 of 89. These guys are always on the tight spots. Every time when I watch that game, they reach 90s, not the hundreds, but they win in those games. I don't know. I think they lack consistency. I think they need to score more. I believe watching them, I believe they should be scoring more than their opponent. Although they win in the game, but the points that they're winning with, and they are not. They are looking like they are so comfortable. By the way, at Bonage, they were on their 8th win, and they have 8 losses. They're about Nkocysa. Kings were hosting Raptors, and they lost 108-89. Phoenix Suns winning against the Mavericks 112-104. Sunday, we had the Gamma Wizards beating Gamma Heat at 103-100. Pacers 111 of 94. Pelicans. Pacers again, they need to up their game. They need to take the pace because they have most losses than wins. Hawks were hosting again Hornets, of which they were taking their 8th win line losses. Hawks, and then again, this is how things were standing. I'm just going to quickly going into our favorite teams. Engazi with someone now by our supporter, and 76ers Philadelphia, where they were beaten in their 8th game. They have 9 wins. Bonama Trailblazers, they were on their 9th win. They have 8 losses, balancing with the opponent. Well done, 118 of 111. And before I go into the league, I'm just going to be touching yesterday's games, of which Lakers, they won against Pistons 121 of 116. And then again, our Warriors won against our Raptors 119 of 104. These guys, I don't know what to say anymore now. Warriors, they were taking their 15th win, 2 losses. Our Raptors, they are taking their 10th loss and 8 wins. And then our Warriors, the highest roller was with J. Paul. Again, with while until I get 2 weeks. Both of them, Paul did 33, and then he get 2 weeks did 32. Stephen Curry, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 8 assists. I think what is happening here, why you see Stephen Curry have less points and more assists. I see more assists than rebounds. Stephen Curry, what happens to him since in high school? People were guarding him because he's when it comes to scoring 3 points and 2 points, whenever position he is, that guy can just score and buckets those points a number of times. So most of the team, they strategize on guarding. It's either 2 players or 3 players. They'll be on him. They won't allow him to go inside or play in the field or move around. So this calls if you are a manager or a person or a CEO of the club, you need to buy other players so that you can make your club, you can make things easier. But some of the managers take advantage of this, and they make sure those players who are inside, they need to bucket those points if they are holding Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is sometimes reduce the marking because most of time 2 players will be on him, and I know some of us when you watch that, it's so annoying, but at the same time we need to not blame other clubs. This guy is so good. Like previous games, he pocketed 43 points in one game, and you can do it on another game and another game non-stop. It's like scoring points for fun, but to other clubs is a concern. So that's why they guide him, and then makes them good. I think in other way, because they can even score with other players without Stephen Curry in the field. His presence is so important that way, because each and every time these guys, when they get into the game, they win. I know one of you, you wish to know which are these two teams who were able to beat our Warriors. I won't mention. I'm just gonna be continuing. On the Eastern Conference, on the top 5, we have more Hornets on the 5th spot, and then our Wizards on the 4th spot. And then again, we had our Heat on the 3rd spot. All these three teams, they have 11 wins. Then our Bulls with 12 wins, 6 losses on the 2nd spot. Then on the 1st spot, we have another highest roller, Brooklyn Nets. I told you need to watch out for Brooklyn Nets. Kevin Durant and James Harden, they're making this team proud. 13 wins, 5 losses. They are doing so good, but not to compare into the Western Conference with the Warriors. These guys are doing so well in the league. Abantu ke more ngazi ke to ama Golden State Warriors. Search for them. You're gonna be finding out how are they doing their thing. They are sitting on the 1st spot with 15 wins, 2 losses. On number 2, Phoenix Suns, 14 wins, 3 losses as well. Another challenging team in the league that you need to watch out for. Jazz on the 3rd spot, 11 wins, 6 losses. On the 4th spot, Clippers, 10 wins, 7 losses. And then on 5th spot, Mavericks, 9 wins and 7 losses. Lakers dropped down into the 9th spot. It's looking so bad for the people who support this club. And this is how things were standing in NBA. I'm going to be coming up with the news on Thursday, mentioning very, very important ones. I said before, after I finish this course, and in the discuss Paul after the long race, Hooper, Jordan Sancho on Glassoshe from 2019. It was on Tolega this year. He wanted to put another system, starting the new era. Manchester United, which is going to be winning silverware, of which we've seen last year, they took the 2nd spot. And looking at Greenwood, Rashford, and adding Jordan Sancho, I know Sancho is more attacking, is making other clubs difficult for them game, because he will force with his speed and his technique and ball control, and he's going to be forcing the team to focus into him, and then he's going to be passing it to Cavani, just like he did so Erling Haaland, scoring goals. And so after Ronaldo arrival, I think what Paul is saying here, it's smashed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plan, and he ended up changing in the tactics, how he played things. We were seeing a different Manchester United. Even myself, I was angry when I was watching. I'm not a supporter for Manchester United, but when I was watching with them play, I think the dignity of the club, they are losing the dignity of the club by playing that way, because I know some of you were saying players are not doing good in the field, but it's the concern even in the manager. Even the manager has the energy, needs to have the energy for the clubs to win, even though the players are not that good or not in that class that you wait for. But looking at Manchester United is the ultimate team. It's looking like the ultimate team. Those who play FIFA, they will know, would say, what is the ultimate team? Is a team full with the star players, and how to use them is one of the difficult things is for managers who are experienced, like Zinedine Zidane. By the way, Zinedine Zidane have done wonders in the news. We've heard something that you never heard before, but I'm going to be telling you the time is 14:59. We are getting into the 3 o'clock, but let me finish this one before I go out. Zinedine Zidane is interested to go to PSG and then Pochettino is interested to go to Manchester United. I'm going to be discussing that on Thursday, what really happened. And then the touching story of, I'll be covering also a full story of Peng Shuan. I know with social media, there's a hashtag, where is Peng Shuan? You're going to be hearing it here right on Thursday. Seize the Day, the sports bars, every Tuesday and Thursday from 12 to 2 p.m. And closing kanjena on the show, ngizovala on the show. Before I close, and I just want you to quickly go and subscribe into our YouTube channel, Car Radio, and also follow us on Facebook, like page related to Car Radio, and also follow myself, Nkocysa, once again, Nkocysa, one name, Facebook, and also Instagram. I'm going to be finding you same time, same place here on Car Radio. By the way, broadcasting 24 hours. And follow us. Sing Pumai, Queen of the Palace. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you.